this time we are going to begin with Bhagavad Gita. So we have covered a few chapters, but then the request was to cover from the beginning, and I was thinking in which way we want to cover this time. So before we proceed, I will give an introduction as to how Bhagavad Gita is useful, applicable in our life. Second thing I will talk about is Bhagavad Gita in the context of all our other scriptures. And how, third thing would be how Bhagavad Gita can lead us to our goal of life. So three things. First thing that we will see is the application of Bhagavad Gita. Second thing, the scriptures, all the scriptures and where Bhagavad Gita fits in. And third is the objective of our life that Bhagavad Gita teaches us how to accomplish. So in practical way, let us take one example. If I want to live a healthy life, for good health, I need two things. First thing I need to take care is very good hygiene around me if I want to live a healthy life. So cleanliness should be there, my room, my clothes, everything. And by practicing good hygiene, many bacteria that can be there in the surroundings, they are eliminated. Right? That's why we use all the antibacterial soaps and creams and lotions and all. It is to give good hygiene. And all of us, we live in that atmosphere. But still, when the bugs or bacteria come, some people do get sick. Right? So then the second question is, if bacteria are there and people do get sick in spite of hygiene, does everyone get sick equally, or only some people get sick, and in that also some very severely and some moderately? So when that question comes, we should definitely inquire what would make us sick. And there, lack of our immunity is what will cause me to get sick. So if my immunity is very low, even a flying bacteria here and there can make me sick. But if my immunity is great, then I will not get sick that easily. Right? So along with external hygiene, I need internal immunity. And when I have both, then chances of getting sick are minimum and chances of having good health are maximum. Right? Now use these two, external hygiene and internal immunity, in scriptural and spiritual sense. The atmosphere in which I live, there is a natural tendency of mental shocks coming from the external world. Right? External world is there to give me all these surprises. So I think of my life in one way, and life has something else in store for me. That is what they say, what is life? Life is when things come to you while you are busy making other plans. That is called life. Life is things that come to you while you are busy making other plans. So I say, okay, during Christmas, I want to go here. Then our friends are meeting. Then we will have this party. Then we will have fun. And while you are making these plans, so your spouse says, no, I already have my plans. We are going there. Then we are doing this and that. And children, they have their plan. They say, no, we are not coming. You go. We have different plans. And while you make all these plans, somebody suddenly gets sick. The whole plan is tossed. Or your flights, you miss the connection, somewhere you have to be there, you cannot be there, or all sorts of things. So, hygiene as far as external atmosphere is concerned for mind, now not physical body, now mind, I have to make sure that as much as possible, I try to keep things in such a way so that I have minimum surprises. So I plan things and I try to do things in the right way. Because if things are done in the right way, there is least unpredictability. But if we do wrong things, unpredictable things will be there, because I may think, I have taken care of everything, but there might be so many other things which are not taken care of. So this is one aspect. And in spite of all external things that I try to take care of, there will be some surprises based on my past karmas, based on the world. Like something happens somewhere, the economy there gets affected, my business here gets affected. Now you say, I have nothing to do with that. What happened? It's not in your hand. It's something completely remote. Oil prices go up, your business here can go down. America's economy goes down, St.Maarten gets affected. So, this interrelation is not in our hand. You may say, I am trying to take care of my whatever risks, return, everything. Still there are unknowns. So then I should be able to handle those unknowns, those surprises, how they come to me. Whether it is surprise at my health level, that, I am only 40 years and suddenly some news came, now how to handle. Or it is business related or anything else. So, ability to deal with all these, I should have. In other words, I should make my mind such that it knows how to handle the shocks of life. So externally I should be disciplined, I should take care of things in the right way, minimum complications in life, and internally yet I should be ready to handle everything. So external thing is what we call the hygiene, internal thing is the immunity. But in physical case there is external hygiene and internal immunity for body level. Here it is mental. Mental purity is otherwise known as dharma. Living a life of righteousness. And the internal immunity at mental level is called adhyatma or spirituality. So now you have two things, dharma and adhyatma. Karma yoga and bhakti yoga, these two together, or you can include Raja yoga also, the pranayama and ashtanga yoga. These three will give you external hygiene, where there is science of do's and don'ts. These three, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga and Raj Yoga. Whereas Jnana Yoga, the path of knowledge, will give internal immunity. And in that knowledge comes meditation also. And Bhagavad Gita deals with all these. So it will give us external atmosphere, settings based on how we should live our life, how we should take care of things. Whether it is with children, with parents, with siblings, with people, relations, all of those things. And also how to take care of our own mind. Because I may take care of other people, but if I cannot handle my own mind, that is the biggest problem then. Right? So this is what Bhagavad Gita talks about. So Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raj Yoga is the external dharma aspects, and Jnana Yoga with Dhyana Yoga is the Adhyatma aspect, spirituality. So this is the first topic. I told you 3 topics we are going to discuss. So now, what is exactly the role of Bhagavad Gita? Practically how I should understand. That is clear? You can take notes also, because these things, generally when we do chapters, or these details are not covered. And I might have covered some of these things way back when we started in that room there. So this is first thing. Second thing, where does Bhagavad Gita fit in all the other scriptures? We have so many scriptures. What is the role of Bhagavad Gita? So we are familiar with Vedas, right? Vedas are there, and Vedas, they talk of Atma, the self, in the form of Om. Om is the representation of the essence of the entire Vedic teaching. Ek Omkar, that is the summary. That Om is indicating my true nature. These Vedas, they talk of the spiritual knowledge in the portion of Veda which is called Vedanta. I am not going to elaborate that part because all the other parts are not relevant in our present context. So Vedanta. Vedanta is otherwise also known as Upanishad. And the summary of Upanishadic teaching is covered in Bhagavad Gita. So the Upanishad Vedas, the knowledge portion of Vedas is called Vedanta, otherwise also known as Upanishad. The summary of Upanishad is called Bhagavad Gita. And the teaching of Bhagavad Gita is further elaborated. I'll give you an example. Let's say there is one company executive, CEO of a company, big businessman. And in his office, he has one small painting with lot of details in that. And so rarely few people come to that executive's office and they get to see what that painting is. Then sometimes he would ask them, what do you see in this painting? What is your appreciation about this painting? Tell me. So somebody will give some idea, somebody will give some idea. But the CEO feels that they are not able to express everything what is there. And so he feels, I need to enlarge this a little bit so that the details come out, and I should make it little bit more accessible to people, because if it is only in my room, not many people will see. So he makes it little bigger picture and he puts it in the office corridor area, where pretty much every employee goes back and forth and sees, oh, this good painting, like maybe this big size painting now. So from a small frame, it has become this big, and everyone gets to look at it and appreciate it. Then he checks with some people. Okay, tell me now, what do you think of this painting? What is there? So some people give some ideas. Then he still feels they didn't get the whole thing yet. So he says, let's make this a billboard and put it on highway, so that every person who goes back and forth gets to see it and appreciate it. So what he did, from his desk, where it was like a small 2x2 picture, there to the office corridor to now big freeway billboard. The Upanishadic teachings, they are like that small frame on executive's desk with packed information. But very few people have access to that, because not everyone studies Upanishads. And even if they do, they cannot appreciate much. They say, oh, I don't know what is there. So our great sages, the CEOs of scriptures, they made it bigger. And that bigger canvas is Bhagavad Gita. But still, we miss out on some details. And therefore, bigger coverage in the form of the billboard is like Ramayana and Mahabharata. So now there are stories to highlight certain aspects which are otherwise in very brief code form. So now you have bigger understanding, because once a story is told, things become clear. Oh, this is what it means. So when it is said you should do karma yoga, so then I will ask how. So they will say you should dedicate your actions, is that. Tell me, give me some character. So it says like Hanuman. Okay, understood. This is the idea. So Vedas, Vedanta, Bhagavad Gita, within that same teaching is now extrapolated, if you want to call, in Ramayana and Mahabharata. So all our scriptures we should be able to connect, what is there. And they all speak of the same thing. It's not that this speaks of something else, this speaks of totally different. It is one message, only the granularity, greater pixels, more focus, that's all. Teaching is same. So we internally also, we should never have a conflict that, I don't know whether I should read Bhagavad Gita or Ramayana. So you read anything. You see what is your level. Sometimes you want to enjoy stories and go with the emotions. Sometimes you are there to sit down and think intellectually. Okay? So this is second topic covered. Where in all the scriptures Bhagavad Gita fits in. Now the third topic is, what is the objective? So what is the goal of our life, we should think. So I put it this way. We have two goals in our life. What are the two goals? First goal is to find out the goal. That is the first goal. When you get in your car and you say, I am driving. So first thing I have to know is, where am I going? Then second thing would be, how am I going there? Means I don't know how to reach there. So in our life, first thing what we should know is, what is the goal of my life? And for that itself, we end up spending 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60 years of our life goes in figuring out what am I supposed to do. Then only I will start my activity. Like you go in your kitchen. Today what am I going to cook? So unless you know, nothing can begin. So first you will check what is there. No leftovers yet. So now I have to really do something. If leftovers are there, then just fix this way, that way. Then you start checking in fridge what is there. Then based on that, so let us make this. Then you start your activity. Or you already know. Let's say you are inviting somebody. So this is the goal, this is what I want. For that you have to work. So goal of our life is, I want happiness and prosperity in this life. This is first goal. And second goal is, I should be eternally free from sorrow. Now somebody says, I don't know whether that is my goal or not. Truth is, this is everyone's goal. Animals, children, ants, and all of us, so-called learned, we all have the same goal. this example I might have given. You think of this. Let us say there is a small puppy dog. Right? You stand there in front of that dog with a piece of bread. That dog knows what to do. Immediately that puppy will come to you with wagging tail. You offer it, he's so happy. Next time he sees you and he will come close to you. Next day, instead of piece of bread, you take a big stick in your hand and stand there like this. What will that dog do? It will not come closer also. What is his objective? Stay away from sorrow. Stay away from problems. Which university did he go to figure this out? He doesn't have to go anywhere. Every soul knows this. And therefore, all of us in our life, we are looking for this peace, happiness, prosperity, and freedom from sorrow for good. That is what Bhagavad Gita says, I will teach how to get it. Now we may say, why I have to study Bhagavad Gita? For that I know how to get peace and prosperity. You earn lot of money, get every object that is there in world, iPad too, I have it. Android based products, Palm, whatever those things are there, I have that also. iPhone 4S, I have that. Latest thing you have to get. Then no problem. You get it. It's not going to solve the fundamental problem. Because after some time, it will be outdated. Another product will come. Now you will have to go after it. So all those things are good. They are good comfort. Nothing is wrong, but it is not going to solve the problem, and therefore I have to learn how to train my mind. So that even if externally I don't have everything, internally I am content. This is the thing that Bhagavad Gita teaches. Prosperity and peace in this life, and freedom from sorrow hereafter, for good. And therefore, the vision is not very short term. Any dealings you do, you never should have short term vision. Whether it is investment, business decision, relations also. Relations can never be for next few months if we are together, after that it doesn't matter. No, nobody wants that short-term relation. We are in here for long term. So that planning, that vision, because we don't have, scriptures give us. And here it is from Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself. With this much intro, now we will see. What should we see? Now it is up to you. Let us see the Gita Dhyanam, the prayerful meditation stanzas. There are books at the back. Now there is a stanza. This is meditation on Bhagavad Gita. So I can chant the stanza, and if you want, you want to follow, or you just look at it. That way we can proceed faster. Okay? So you just look at it. I will chant. Okay. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina मध्ये महाभारतम अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणी भगवती अष्टादशाध्यायिनी अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी. So the first stanza is prayer and salutation to Bhagavad Gita itself. That I am embarking on the study of Bhagavad Gita. Please bless me. And Bhagavad Gita is addressed as Amba. Amba means mother, like Amba. So, O mother, Amba Tvam Anusandadhami, I meditate on you. Please reveal yourself to me. What is this Bhagavad Gita? So about that it is given. Parthaya Pratibodhitam. It is taught to Partha. Partha is Arjuna. Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam. And who taught it? Bhagavan Shri Krishna, who was none other than Narayana. Narayanena Swayam. Then the great sage Vedavyasa compiled this in Mahabharata. So, Vyasena Grathitam Purana Muninam, the great ancient sage Vedavyasa, compiled this in Mahabharata. So, Mahabharatam Madhye Grathitam. This Bhagavad Gita has 18 chapters. Ashtadashadhyayini. Ashtadashadhyaya means 18 chapters. And it is Advaita Amrita Varshini. It showers the nectar of non-duality. Advaita Amrita. Advaita means what? This point I will explain a little. See, in this world, how many things do you see? I said too many. Right? So many things we see. So sitting here, I see so many people, I see chairs, I see the floor, I see the carpet, walls, ceiling, so many things. So our rishis, they said, let us group these things together. So everything can be grouped in 3 categories. You see, our sages, they were very good in these things. Data gathering and then dividing it in easy way to process. Data collection. We think, now it is going on, you go on internet and click here, click there, and all data is gathered. They used to know how to gather data and analyze everything. So they said there are 3 entities basically. One is the individual experiencer, Jiva. In other words, you and I, we all are there. This is one. Second is the experienced world, Jagat. The second one. And third is creator of the experiencer and the experienced, Ishvara. So there is Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara. There are only 3 entities. Advaita means when I realize that actually there are no 3. One appearing as 3 or many. That vision, remember, in transactional life you will never see one. If you feel that tomorrow morning, and now since I have studied Bhagavad Gita, tomorrow morning when I wake up, I will see one homogeneous thing everywhere, then what you should do? Call eye doctor. Because that means you have some problem in your eyes if you see one homogeneous thing. It is not because of Bhagavad Gita, it is cataract, some operation you will have to do. Eyes will never report oneness. Wisdom will report oneness. Like a parent has two children, right? So parents with their eyes will see differences, but in their understanding, they both are one. They both belong to one. So that is called Advaita. Advaitamrita Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashatyayini Ambatvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshini. O eliminator, remover of the transmigration. Now what is transmigration? You see, sometimes we feel, this transmigration or samsara word comes. I had given this example earlier, I don't know if you remember, but I like this example, so I will use the same example. You all have gone in roller coaster rides, right? Have you been here? Children have gone. So when you go in these rides, they put, all the belts and everything you have to put. And then they say, now we are going to begin. And in 4 seconds, you will go at 60 miles per hour. And then up and down, this, that. And people love that ride. It's a thrill ride. So you pay money to go through all those things. It's exciting. And you know that this ride is for 5 minutes. And when you go up, you scream, everything, and then come down. They show all the pictures and they take your pictures and you buy that also. Now, let us say you start your ride. And after 5 or 6 minutes, they announce that we have some problem in the ride. There is a technical difficulty. And we don't know how to stop this. Now you are in that ride and it is just going on and on. It was supposed to stop after 5 or 6 minutes. It's not stopping. And now all that thrill and screaming and all is gone now. Hey Bhagavan, when will this stop? What happened? Who had asked you to sit in there? I myself wanted to go into that ride. And you were having good time. Now suddenly why you want, everything to stop? So this is the secret now. As long as I think that I am in control, I can stop it whenever I want, I have no problem. The moment I find out control is not with me, I am completely helpless, it becomes tragedy for me. This is called samsara. Samsara means this: any situation where I don't have control. So many other things are controlling the situation. like that roller coaster ride. Now you have belted yourself and you are stuck. And you cannot, while the ride is going on, you cannot even, how will you remove? If you remove, you will just fly. So you just stay there now and pray and wait until some external help comes to fix that. In this example. This is called samsara. So earlier I ventured into it thinking that I am in charge, I know what is going on, I will do everything this way, that way. And after some time I realized things are not in my control. Same thing is true in our life about karma. Because there are so many karmas that are not known, and even in present karmas, there are many unknowns. To give another example, our life is like a game of chess. You all know chess, right? But you know what happens in chess? In chess, there are two players. I play one play and then the other person also will do. But in life, it is a chess with many players. So I play whatever I want to play. And then I think, so the next person will do this, then I will do this. Right? Next person doesn't do what you want. Next person has something else, and then you think, oh, now it is my turn. No, so many other people have their turn. Everyone will play their thing. Before your turn comes, the whole game has changed. Then you say, okay, now let me do this, and hope that when my next turn comes, I do this. By then again the game has changed. This is how life is. So you can never really figure out what will be my game plan. And you should see this in your life and feel that yes, this sounds like my case. Okay? Bhagavad Gita says we will fix this problem. That is why we should study Bhagavad Gita. Now the second stanza on page number 6 is in praise of Bhagavan Vedvyas. Namostu te vyasa vishal buddhe ullara vindayata patra netra yena tvaya bharata taila purnaha prajvalito jnanamaya pradipaha. Salutations to that great sage Vyasji, Bhagavan Vedvyasa, Vishal Buddhe. Vishal Buddhe means the one who has great intelligence. The one who has eyes like fully blossomed lotus. What it means is, just by having vision of that great sage, one can become seeker of liberation. That is what it means. Lotus-like eyes in our scriptures, when they are described, it is indication of somebody becoming serious for moksha just by looking at their eyes or looking at them. That's what we say, Mahatma's darshan. Just their darshan inspires me to lead this kind of life. That is what it means. Really don't start thinking here there are big lotuses. It is a poetic way of describing. And what he has done, Yena tvaya bharata taila purnaha prajwalito jnanamaya pradika. He has kindled this lamp of Mahabharata, and the brilliance, the luminance of that lamp is Bhagavad Gita. So the lamp itself is the Mahabharata, and the brilliance, the shine is Bhagavad Gita. Because Bhagavad Gita comes in Mahabharata. So the greatness goes to Bhagavan Vedavyasi. So we offer salutations to him. Next one. Prapanna parijataya totra vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Mritaduhe Namaha. Now, from stanza 3 until 9, all salutations are for Lord Krishna. Actually, tomorrow we should have Lord Krishna's picture also. Who is Bhagavan Krishna? Prapanna Parijataya. Those who have surrendered, to them, Bhagavan is like Parijata. Parijata is a tree which is wish-fulfilling tree. So you go there and you say, today I want pizza. Here. Today I want ice cream. There you go. Wish-fulfilling. Car. So, Bhagavan is like wish-fulfilling tree. But somebody who I do prayers to Bhagavan every day and I ask so many things, he doesn't give. So either he is not Parijata or he is not listening. No, he is both. He is Parijata also and he is listening also. When we are not deserving, then he will not give. Then somebody said, if only when I am deserving, then if he gives, then what is his greatness? Then it is my greatness only, because I am deserving it. So whether he wants or not, he will give me anyway. No, it's not like that. See, I may deserve many things, but what is good for me, that he will give. I may deserve more money than what I have. And I may also deserve some peace. I may deserve many friends. I may deserve knowledge. Now God says, what do you really want? And at that time if I say, I really don't know what I want, he say, okay, I will decide. You need Bhagavad Gita discourse today. This is his prompting. When we have this go, no go decision going on, I don't know whether I should go or not. You go. It is worth. So that way he is Parijata. Prapannanam Parijataya Totra Vaitraikapanaya. Bhagavan has the cane to hit the horses, to guide the horses in his hand. Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya. And Jnana Mudra is this mudra. This is another beautiful thing. Otherwise also known as Chinmaya or Jnana Mudra. The meaning of this, you see, this time I am not going to rush. I am going to, these stanzas, then first chapter I will do quick glance. Because first chapter, not as much of detail is needed. It is our case. We know what is going on in our life, right? That is described here. No elaboration is needed here. Okay, what is this mudra? See, these are fingers. In Sanskrit they are called angulis. And this is called angushtha in Sanskrit. So this belongs to Prakriti and this is Purusha. Prakriti matter aspect, or in other words, conditioning. These three are conditionings. These words you remember. Conditionings. This is conditioned consciousness. And this is unconditioned consciousness. Conditioning, conditioned consciousness, index finger, thumb, unconditioned consciousness. This is, you know what this finger is used for? Do you know or not? Scolding. This is called tarjani, tadayati. You better be there on time. Right? So this finger is for scolding. This is the ego, ahankara. Ego is associated with the matter, condition, by nature. And therefore, it is always disturbed. This ego first has to surrender to Paramatma. This is bhakti. Then I get knowledge. This is jnana. This is jnana mudra. That's the word in the stanza. So without devotion, without surrender, knowledge doesn't come. And for knowledge or devotion, I have to separate myself from condition. So if you attend some meditation classes or people say, do like this or do like this and all. So we generally don't know what we are doing, we just sit down there. But meaning is important. What I have to understand is that I am right now, when I say this means ego or ahankara, so don't think ego or some ego is there. Ego means you put your name there. So my name is Prabodh, right? So this is Prabodh. This is how you have to think. And this Prabodh is identified with matter. Matter means this body, I say, is my body. These senses are my senses. This mind is my mind. So if there is disturbance in this mind, then I say, I am disturbed. If this body gives pain, I am in pain. If this body is old, I am getting old. So whatever happens here, I think it is happening to me. This is called conditioned consciousness. Consciousness as though expresses as conditioned. So now I have to separate myself from conditioning and say, no, it is body's issue. I am not that. I am pure consciousness, unconditioned. Clear? This is Jnana Mudra. So many times Rishis or Mahatma, they just bless like this. So the student should understand, what this means. Otherwise, we go there and come back. Krishnaya Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya Gita Dhyanam Namaha. Salutations to the one who has culled out the milk of Bhagavad Gita. Next stanza, page number 11. There are books at the back. सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्स सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्. All the Upanishads, this is very beautiful metaphor, all the Upanishads are like cows. Sarva Upanishadaha Gava. So all Upanishads, do you remember what is Upanishad? I explained to you. Vedanta is Upanishad, remember? The knowledge portion of Vedas. They are like cows. Then there is a milkman to milk the milk from the cow. Who is that milkman? Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Now to milk a cow, you need a calf standing there. Otherwise cow will not give milk. Like mother also, in mother's breast the milk doesn't come unless she has delivered a baby. Like that, if a calf is not standing in front, cow will not give milk. So on whose pretext these cows called Upanishads are being milked? Arjuna is the calf standing there. And then what is the milk? The Bhagavad Gita is the milk. Okay, who is going to drink this milk? We all. We are here. The wise people, those who are assembled, they are going to drink this milk. I don't know whether it is organic or not. Don't worry, it is pure organic. Cow has had green grass and it is not whole milk, it is 2% or 1%, so don't worry about that also. Okay? That is this fourth stanza. And next one is the famous one, page number 14. Vasudeva sutam devam kamsachanuramardanam devaki paramanandam krishnam vande jagadgurum. Salutations to Lord Krishna, who is the universal teacher, Jagadguru. See, there was one person, he had put a name on around where he was sitting, like a board he had prepared. Jagadguru so and so. So one fellow came and asked him, how did you become Jagadguru? Jagadguru means teacher of the whole world. How did you become Jagadguru? So he said, I have one disciple. His name is Jagat. So I am his guru, therefore I am Jagat Guru. Bhagavan is not that kind of Jagat Guru. Bhagavan is teacher of all. Teacher of all means what? See, the seekers are at different stage of life. Some seeker needs simple teaching, and that is what they are ready for. Some seekers, they need some seva. Some seekers, they need puja, japa. Some seekers, teaching. Some seekers, dhyana, meditation. So there are different kind of students. It is not one size fits all. Depending on the capacity of student, teacher has to give the teaching. So Bhagavan has given teaching to all kinds of students in Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, there is another thing. Since all kinds of teachings are there, every teaching is not there for every person at the same time. Shall I repeat that line? Every teaching is not there for the same person at the same time. For example, today, let us say I begin my journey of spirituality. So then I need instructions at kindergarten level, KG of spirituality. I may be PhD in physics and chemistry, but in spirituality I am starting from kindergarten. So at that point, that is my instruction. After 5 years, I don't need those instructions. Hopefully, if I am practicing, then I need some advanced instruction. Then after 10 years, I have more maturity, I am doing consistent sadhana, so then I need different instructions. So in Bhagavad Gita, everything will be given, but then my teacher will tell me, this is for you. That's how I will know. Right? Because if I am reading Bhagavad Gita, everything will come. So, Jagat Guru means the one who knows who will need at what time, and so he gives the whole canvas of everything. It is like a mall of spiritual practices. You pick what is right for you. Don't say there is nothing for me. I am too advanced student, Bhagavan, you forgot about me. If you say like that, that means you have to start from basics. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum, the one who killed Kamsa and Chanura Daitya, and the one who is great delight of Devaki. Now, 6th and 7th stanza, they are big stanzas. I will read and I will give you overall summary idea. Bhishma Drona Tata Jayadratha Jala Gandhara Nilotpala Shalya Grahavati Kripena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara Duryodhana Vartini Sotirna Khalu Pandavai Rananadi Kaivartaka Keshavaha. The idea here is that in Mahabharata battle, there were all odds against Pandavas. Means it was almost unlikely that they can win. But they did win. How? Because Bhagavan Krishna was on their side. They made one right choice. So the lesson here for us is, when we look at our life, we think there is no way anything can happen in this life because all odds are against us. Then the only choice we have to make is, Bhagavan, you be on my side. I know there are wrong decisions that I have made, like Pandavas. They decided, yes, let's go for gambling, game of dice. So all those things, they are not in our favor, but now we have realized, and now we are making this commitment, you be with us. You guide us. You see, Bhagavan is a charioteer, right? Charioteer means, you have that picture right there. He is the driver of the chariot. Means he is my guide. Whatever he says, wherever he leads, I will follow. He is in front. Remember, driver is in front, the owner is at the back. This I have to say, you do in my life also. internal commitment, I will also reach success, victory. Okay, that's the idea of this stanza. Next one. Parasharyavachas sarojamamalam Gitaarthagandhotkatam Nanakhyanakesaram Harikatha Sambodhana bodhitam Loke sajjana shatpadairaharaha Pepiyamanam muda Bhuyad bharata pankajam kalimala pradvamsina shreyase. This lotus of Bhagavad Gita, which is in this Mahabharata, may it give us Shreyas. Shreyas means moksha. Literal meaning of Shreyasa means absolute good. You see, there is relative good and there is absolute good. Right? Relative good means between this and this, what is good? So you say this is good. Between this and this, what is good? So you say this is good. Absolute good means there is no comparison. So Bhagavad Gita is that which will give the absolute good, which is covered in this Mahabharata by Bhagavan Vedvyasa, and there are so many stories within Mahabharata, but may this teaching bring us great wisdom. That's the idea. We will cover Dhyana Shlokas today, 8 and 9. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yatkripatamaham vande paramananda madhavam. Salutations to that Lord Paramananda Madhavam, who is the Mukam karoti vachalam. If somebody is dumb, Bhagavan makes them speak. Opposite is also true. Vachalam mukam karoti. If somebody is talking too much, he says, you be quiet. What does this mean? If I am talking too much about worldly things, then he says, you be reflective. Oh, don't talk about all those things. Think. And if I am not able to speak about scriptures, if I am not able to speak about God, in that matter I am mukam, then he will make me vachalam. He says, if you want to speak, you speak about me. Don't speak about others. And pangum langhayate girim. Those who are incapable of climbing mountains, Bhagavan makes them climb. Means anything that is impossible, he will make it possible. When we look at our life, you imagine, we never thought that we will be sitting somewhere far from India and studying Bhagavad Gita in Sanskrit. We will be chanting shlokas, learning. We never thought. But it is possible. And an individual in the midst of all luxuries and comfort can be a serious student, like kings used to be. King Janaka, you see, sometimes people feel, that I have all these things, therefore I am not good student or I am not capable of becoming good student. That is not true. For being good student, internally, how much I am prepared. That is important. Because externally everyone cannot leave houses and go somewhere. So that internal preparation is what will make me qualified, even though it seemed that, I don't know whether I can do it or not. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yat kripatamaham vande paramanandam madhavam. Last invocation stanza. Yam Brahma, page number 25. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutah Stunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedai Sanga Padakramo Upanishadai Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam na vidusura suragana Devaya tasmai namaha Devaya tasmai namaha. Salutations to Lord Krishna. Who is he? Who is being praised by all the other gods, deities, with great hymns, on whom the meditators meditate in their heart to see that Lord as their own self, as the real I, and the Vedas, the Upanishads, they all also describe His glory. And even though everyone talks about Paramatma, nobody really knows how great He is. Yasyantam sura asura ganaha na vidu tasmai devaya namaha. Salutations to that Lord. With this, invocation stanzas are over. Now Mahabharata, there is some brief description. Tomorrow we will begin with chapter 1. But what we will do, we will not go stanza by stanza. I will give you summary of chunk of stanzas. Chapter 2 we will do stanza by stanza. Right? So we will take 2-3 days to go through chapter 1, and then chapter 2 we will start from each stanza. So we have 7 days. Okay? Let us conclude this session with our prayer, and then I will make some announcements. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.